honestly want to know what I think about reducing or preventing crime. Overall crime, I think that generally speaking, we need a sense of structure. I think we need a sense of order. I think that we spend millions of dollars, billions of dollars fighting wars overseas, sending people all over the face of the earth to go put justice in place and go put order in place. And they sit there from all over the world and call us all kinds of things for being occupiers, for going somewhere and doing something that needs to be done. But at the same time, we have crazy things going on in the street. My neighbor down the street bought a brand new Mercedes. 2 days later, his wheels were gone. Now I have to park extra close to my car, to the other cars, so that nobody can get in, steal my wheels. Because I'm nervous about that. I want armed soldiers on the street. I want to occupy America. I want soldiers on the street. I want to see those soldiers I'm paying for. I want them in my neighborhood. And I'm not saying put them, centralize them in the worst parts of the country. I'm saying put them all over the place. Put them in Beverly Hills. Put them in the Hamptons. Put them in the worst parts of the country. Let's have a soldier on every corner. If we got them in the corners of Iraq, let's have them right here in America. And at least somebody growing up somewhere can have somebody to look up to that made their life better because they made sure everything was good right here at home. That's what I think about justice.
Do you think gun control laws help reduce crime?
As long as the good guys got the guns. And that's all there is to it. So somebody's got to go take them away from everybody else. If you got a license, yeah, you can have your gun. But if not, we got guys kicking in doors in Iraq to take AK-47s away from farmers and sheep herders that actually need them. But right here at home, my neighbor next door probably has 12 shotguns and God knows what else. And nobody's asking him any questions about it, and I don't know if they're legal. You can even go online and find out if your neighbor has guns or not. If I'm going to go break into somebody's house and I know that they have guns or not, because our government went and put that online for everybody to see, yeah, that's a better place to go. I'll tell you what, you better go get a gun because you want that online so that somebody who's doing some devious stuff can't go on there. See, you know what? This guy at 227 Anywhere Lane, yeah, he's got a firearms license and he's got a gun, so I'm probably not going to break into that house. You better go get a gun. You better make sure everybody
use weapons to kill people. If we took away the weapons, I wouldn't say that people would still not die. I mean, anyone can still get killed somehow. This gun control laws, that's, being in discussion right now. I'm actually completely 50-50. I have no idea whether it should be more strict or not strict. I mean, I always had the thought that, yeah, sure, the bullets kill the person, but the person pulling the trigger is the one actually killing, So I wouldn't say gun control is really the problem, it's more the people that are the problem. Now, we're not going to change people or anything. This is a really hard discussion, is the truth. And I don't really know where to go for it. As for reducing crime and stuff, like I said, changing people, I don't know if it's the weapons or what we're looking at people's perspectives. I have ideas. I don't know. You can go with, I watched this show once, I think, the guy gave everybody one warning. He said, if this is your last warning, if this is whatever you did in the past, doesn't matter. This is your warning right now. if you do anything after I say this warning, you will die instantly if you do anything bad against the law. If you do anything against the law, mostly. You know, big things obviously like killing someone. So if you killed someone, I already gave you a warning. I'm gonna kill you. There's no prison. It was an anime show.
What about for smaller crimes than that? Then what about robbing? If I rob 2 people, I'm gonna die?
Well, it would probably definitely give a good response to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my god, I can't even steal this little bubble gum from this
So you think harsher punishments will work to reduce crime?
I would say yes, actually. In theory, maybe if we actually really there was like no if it was like true, like if that was like an absolute law, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how like let's say this guy does something bad, and you know we already said the law is you're gonna die right now because you did this. But if there's someone else in the whole world saying, no, he did the simple thing, don't kill him, you know, then it's not going to work. Because then there's still going to be the whole court thing and all that stuff happening, and he could let go. But if it was like that, maybe it'd be pretty hardcore though, if you know what I mean.
I know.
So what do you guys think we could do to reduce or prevent crime?
Well, I think if they increase the patrol on like high crime areas or overall, I think it would help a little bit.
I think also giving like citizens like incentives to report crimes, because I think a lot of crimes are seen by the people in the neighborhood, but they don't report it because they're afraid to, or they just don't feel like there's anything in it for them.
Do you believe gun control laws help reduce crime?
I don't.
No, not really. I think it's up to the person to.
Yeah, I don't think criminals are really worried about obtaining a license to obtain.
So what do you think we
Are
can
they
do
gonna
to
get
reduce or
it?
prevent
Yeah.
crime?
Well, I think obviously awareness is key. You never want to be walking, especially if you're female, you never want to be walking alone at nighttime especially. You want to walk at least one other person or two. Be aware of your surroundings, look behind you, be aware of your surroundings. Don't be out real late at nighttime, obviously, be responsible. And obviously, you want to just use good judgment.
I think, well, there's been a lot of like robberies and things like that around here lately. Maybe like if the police would patrol more or something, that might also help prevent crime, because I know people get scared if they see the police running around. So
Do you think gun laws help reduce crime?
what?
Do you think gun laws help reduce crime?
Yes, I do.
I do and I don't. I think if somebody wants to get the guns, they're going to find a way to get them because they're going to pay big money to get them. I think, obviously there's legal issues with that and First Amendment rights, things like that. But, I'm for gun control, obviously. I don't think we need assault weapons for self-defense. You don't need a machine gun that, is going to take out 20 people for like a home gun for self-defense. I think that has to be controlled, obviously, a lot tighter. But I think, you have to have a gun to protect yourself in some cases. But I think assault weapons definitely need to be banned.
We're like also living in a different time. Like the right to bear arms, I mean, that was written in the 1800s. Yes and no, and if they do ban it, and yes, people will find ways to get it, but it's definitely harder to get it than it is now, where you can be.
So what are some of the ways you guys think that we can reduce crime?
Give everybody a gun.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, we're talking about gun laws and stuff like that, It's like, I lived out in Arizona for a year, right? I remember the first time going to a mall there, I saw a guy, daughter, packing, sidearm. I was like, oh my God, was he a cop or something? My buddy in Arizona was like, oh no, everybody in Arizona does that, We went shooting in the backyard at a friend's place. Border Patrol pulls up, I thought we were gonna get in trouble. He gets out of the vehicle, right, and starts shooting with us. This is Border Patrol. It's just a different area. Like there's no crime. There's like no crime.
Raise the age on the applications.
You know what it really is in terms of that? Is the proper weapons handling or proper education.
Yeah,
or
but crime at the same time, crimes you can by education. If you teach your kid from the beginning not to do crime, the crime's gonna slow down too. Every start with education.
Yeah, I think if people are bad, they're gonna be bad.
Yeah.
You know, like
from scratch, yeah.
That's in their heart, you know. But we talk about like weapons, they're gonna be not inclined, right, to use weapon if somebody else has a weapon.
So make the when you get in trouble, make the punishments harder. If they want y'all to reduce crime, and then raise the standards for being able to get a gun.
Do you think gun control laws help reduce crime?
No, I think you should let everybody have a gun.
No, because you know what happens?
As long as
What
they're
gun control really
responsible
does
with
is it takes the responsible citizen who's going through the proper loops and process to get their weapon and have it properly and properly stored and stuff like that. It's restricting them. You know what I mean? Because the guy who just robbed your grandmother's house last week, he didn't go to the gun store and buy his stuff and give his ID. You know what I mean? The guy who got shot 2 weeks ago, you know, he didn't get shot with a weapon that was purchased from a store. It probably came from a robbery, you know, stolen, serial number scratched off. It's not legitimate anyway. So the people that are committing these crimes, they're not legitimate people, you know? So what gun control is going to do is really going to inhibit the proper people who are you know, following the laws, doing the right thing, and it makes it harder for them to be able to go out and get weapons. Whereas, say I'm that criminal on the street, you know, Joe down the corner still got Glocks in his trunk, and I can still get those. But you know, you being, you know, a Joe Blow citizen who's doing the good thing, now your hands are tied. You can't go to the store and get something to protect yourself against people like myself who are gonna come into your house and take your shit.
That's a mental thing, you know? Too. That's a mental thing, really, because the bad guys feel like, hey, they got the upper edge. You know, they have the advantage, and they know and they can feel that they have the advantage because, oh, I got a weapon. I know there are gun laws, right? So a lot of people probably won't have a weapon or they're not carrying a weapon. So they're more inclined to be easier for them to do bad things because they feel like they have the upper edge.
Yo, I swear to God, like, I was watching this thing, it's on the news, and it's either Switzerland or Sweden, but they all had assault rifles. They were like, yo, nobody robs anybody there, and I'm telling you.
Yeah, I seen the picture with
If everybody was like, you know, was responsible and could, you know, control themselves and had the proper training and held accountable for that stuff, I guarantee, like, I don't care how tough I am, bro, whatever I had, if y'all all had some assault rifles or whatever it is, I wouldn't care if I had a gang of people, you know, I wouldn't try to cause harm. It would be like, you know what?
I think, yeah.
We're all on equal stature. We all need to get our own.
If it was a controlled environment, right, and we do like an experiment, we had crazy guy, weapon, goes into a group, knows the group, everybody in the group have no weapons. He'll be more inclined, easier, right, to start going crazy, right, and use a weapon. You take that same person, right, put him in a group, and everybody had a weapon in that group. I guarantee you would not be as comfortable flipping out. Yeah.
I think Massachusetts gun laws are too hard.
So they should make it a little bit easier to get guns, especially in Massachusetts?
Yeah. They should recognize other states. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, that's a big, recognizing all the other states, that's something Massachusetts doesn't do.
Laws, some states recognize other states, and some states don't, like Massachusetts, I think New York and that.
Yeah.
They don't recognize another out of state.